because it is extending the time. No, it really gets to the point that people are getting bored. So thank you, Eugene, for
Yeah.
that. Now please stay there. And hello, Min.
Hello, Janine and Chin. Oh, can I say you guys right?
Hello?
Yes. Okay. Now, hello, Min, and welcome to our afternoon session. Now, a while ago, Eugene and I were talking about life, especially amidst this pandemic. What about you, Min? How are you?
I feel good now, and I am living in Dong Nai province, and there are some COVID-19 cases there. It's really severe now.
That's sad to hear, Min. Now, I heard also that Vietnam, your number of cases, especially with this COVID-19 positive people, are increasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's
right.
really sad to hear, and let's just hope for the best. Okay?
I hope so.
Thank you, Min. Now, this afternoon, we are going to have another conversational learning in English. And let's start. Now, let's start with you, Eugene.
Hmm?
Now, Eugene, where do you live?
I'm currently living in the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah, it is also my hometown. I've been living here my whole life.
There. Now you're living in your hometown, Ho Chi Minh City. So that's great to hear. Now, what about you, Min? Min, are you also living in your hometown?
Yeah, although I study in Ho Chi Minh City, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I came to my hometown and study online.
Yes, especially those students in a university. They were sent home by the school to just do studying online because of this COVID. So thank you. Now, Eugene and Min, as you mentioned, you are both living in your hometown now. So that's great. Now, Eugene, why do you think, or is it your decision to stay in your hometown?
Yes, it is my decision to stay in hometown. I think that my hometown has everything that I need. I mean, the job possibilities, the workplace. I mean, I work in the center of the city, so usually it takes me like 30 minutes to get there, but it's still fine. I want to stay here just because I love the peaceful environment here.
Wow, so well said, Eugene. Now, I've also heard that Ho Chi Minh City is one of those industrialized city, right, Eugene?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's great to hear that you're just you're feeling you have that feeling of contentment, especially on living in your hometown. So thank you, Eugene. Now, what about you, Min? Min, which do you prefer, living in your hometown or going back to the city of Ho Chi Minh?
Oh, one of the most favorite thing I prefer in my hometown is the traffic. Yeah, because of when I live in Ho Chi Minh City, the traffic there is so crowded every day, and maybe there are a lot of pollutions like noise pollution, air pollution from gas emissions from traffic. So I love the fresh atmosphere in my hometown. Yeah.
So well said, Min. Now, one of the reasons why you love or you would prefer to live in your hometown is the ambience that you are feeling when you are in your hometown.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
both of you got the same views that you would really do prefer to stay in your hometown. Thank you, Min, and thank you, Eugene. Now, what about the reasons? Let's talk about the reasons since Min started it already. Now, Min, why do you think that people have this very strong bond with their hometown?
I in my opinion, I think people have a very strong strong bond with their hometown is because this is where they grow up, and they have many vivid memories there, like their friends, their family, and their schools. You know, for example, when I study university in Ho Chi Minh City, sometimes I came across some of my friends from my hometown. It's so really great, and I can this reminded me of the time the time I study in my village. Yeah.
There you go. Now, you're strong. The reason why for you that people really do have the very strong bond in terms of staying in their hometown are the reasons that they have created memories and they grow their own lives in the said hometown. So thank you, Min. Now, Eugene, do you agree on the different reasons presented by Min?
Yeah, I think no, we are on the same page. Of course, that I have a strong bond with my hometown because I've been living here my whole life. So I have a lot of beautiful memories here, and my loved ones are all here. So I think I have a really strong bond with them also. So like they said, like home is where the heart is. So I strongly believe that where your loved one is, that place is home. So that is why I guess that everyone have a really strong connection with their hometown.
Wow, so thank you, Eugene. I love that quote that where home is where your heart is. So that's really great, Eugene. And yes, you pointed out that family, especially if we're living in the countryside, even though there's a lot of opportunities in the cities, in the big cities, you would still choose to live in the countryside with your family. So thank you, Eugene, and thank you, Min, for sharing your thoughts and ideas. Now let's go back to you, Min. Now, Min, what do you think are the ways that people can improve their own hometowns?
Improve their hometown?
Yeah.
Or you mean improve the physical appearance or anything like that?
Not just the physical, but the other aspects also of their hometown. Now, as a person, how can you help in improving your hometown?
Well, yeah, I see. I think I hope that my hometown have more public transportation because, my hometown is a small village, and people usually have to travel to commute by their motorbike. It's so really hard for them when because not everyone in my country have their own motorbikes. So the distance between from my hometown and to the workplace is so really far, about over 50 kilometers.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's so long.
and I think it's really great if my hometown have a bus. Yeah.
Wow. So your focus or your main agenda or your main subject in helping your hometown to improve is on the transportation system of your hometown. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think, Min, how can you put that in action?
I think um, yeah, people need uh, to uh, to ask to I think this is uh, the job for local authorities right there, and I think they need to understand this serious problem, and maybe they can do something to have to have my hometown have the public transportation. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Min, for giving us some actions that you probably would do in order to improve the transportation system in your hometown. Thank you, Min. Now, what about you, Eugene? Eugene, is there something that you dislike about your hometown that you want to improve also?
Yeah, so I think that Ming and I have the same ideas. There is one thing that is stuck about my hometown is the traffic. And, the traffic is terrible here. I mean, not about the traffic jam because I'm living in the outskirts of the city, so there is hardly any traffic jam, but it's like there is hardly any traffic at all. I mean, there are not many great public transportation here. Usually for me to take a bus to my workplace, I have to drive my motorbike to the bus stop for 30 minutes to find a bus stop. So it sucks like that. But then I think that one way that this could be improved is that the authority should open more bus routes or more bus stops that near my house, and that should be good. And then another problem might be my place lack a lot of entertainment place or a lot of place for me to wind down. It's a good thing that the environment here is very tranquil, but there is hardly any place for you to play or for you to relax during the weekend. So maybe they could open some malls or some supermarkets. That would be really good.
Wow. So there you go. Now, government of Ho Chi Minh City, if you are listening to your countrymen, you better take note of those things. So thank you, Eugene and Min. Well, both of you got the same when it comes to transportation problem. And would you agree if I'll tell you that the common problem that developing countries are facing is really in that transportation problem, especially on their traffic problem, right, Min?
Yes. Traffic is also a really important problem in any cities in my country. Especially in Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah, in rush hour, people when people on the way home from work, they also have to face have to wait in the and stuck in the traffic in the traffic. Yeah.
Yes.
And, maybe it also affects their health because there are a lot of gas from traffic and factories, anything like that.
Especially if it's a city that's really right, man, not just in your country, but other developing countries, we are all facing this problem in terms of transportation and traffic. Right, Eugene?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Don't worry, guys. We in my country, we are also facing that big problem. We're just quits on facing problems in terms of traffic and pollution. Now, anyways, Eugene.
Huh?
Now, Eugene, what for you? Okay. Now, for you, what do people commonly remember when they're talking about their hometowns?
I think it would be their childhood. Childhood is where life gets so uncomplicated, stress-free, and fun. The things I remember my childhood is that all I have to think about is what to play the next morning. So I think that they definitely will remember childhood and hometown. Rekindle their good memories when they remember about their hometown.
Yes. Now, for you, it's their childhood. What about you, men?
Yeah, I completely agree with Eugene because when it comes to childhood, when it comes to my hometown, I really like the time when I play with my friends at home or at school. There are many different games we organize. We play together like marbles or hopscotch. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Although we no longer play these games, but it's really when I talk with someone about my hometown, my old friends, we always talk about our childhood. Yeah, that is a really forgettable time. Yeah.
That's right, Min and Eugene. Now, you do both agree that the common thing that people will really remember when they start talking about their hometown is that their childhood memories. So as you both remembered, as you both mentioned, of course, when we were kids, during our times before, we tend to just play and play and play. We got no other problems. But of course, as generation changes, our kids nowadays, they've got different things too. Right, Min?
Yeah. Nowadays, people have many other activities to do, like especially computer games. Many kids in my hometown skip their classes to go to some internet cafeteria. Yeah.
No, I remembered something from Eugene. Now, Eugene.
Yeah.
Have you heard what Men mentioned, that in his hometown there are still kids who cut their classes because they go visit computer shops. Now, do you think, Eugene, kids nowadays are just the same during your time?
Okay, so just like those kids, I cut classes to go to play internet with my friends when I was in secondary school and high school. And right now, I think I mean that kids do not have that chance because they study online. So what is the point of cut class anymore? I mean, the best part about that is you have to play, or you get a chance to play with your friends in the same space. So it's not like that anymore. So just study online wouldn't cut class because it's not fun anymore.
Okay, thank you, Eugene. Especially in this time of pandemic, of course, because education is through online or modules sent by the school to the students at home. And yes, I guess Eugene, cutting classes online is not a thing for students. I think,
Yeah.
well, maybe if they're just going to turn on their to go online and just let their phone enter the class and then they just go to sleep. Now, anyways, men, do you think one of the biggest reasons why people tend to leave their hometowns is because of they are living in a queer street?
Oh, can you say that again? I cannot hear
Okay, now one more. Now, do you think the reason why people are not staying or not living in their hometowns is because they are living in a queer street?
Square Street.
Yes, queer street. Now, in English, queer street means having troubles in terms of finances or money.
Oh yeah. I think people. Yeah. For example, people in my hometown would mm, typically go to the Ho Chi Minh City to make a living because there there are many job opportunities in my hometown. So they need they they need to earn money to help their family. Yeah, and maybe Ho Chi Minh City is the best choice for them.
Wow, the Eugene.
Yeah.
No, Eugene. What can you say? Min mentioned that Ho Chi Minh City is a best choice to live in.
Okay, so I think that is true like 2 years ago, but right now, because of the pollution, it's not an ideal environment anymore. So maybe in the future, it's not like the best choice. For me,
Okay.
because I live in Ho Chi Minh City for so long, I just want to move to some place that is, far away from the hustle and the buzz of the city. So maybe it's different because I have lived here for my whole life.
So there. Now, Eugene and Mean, since you're living in different places, um, it's so great to hear things or sharings from your own place and experiences. So thank you very much. Now this time I'm so happy because I've got two students and this time I want to hear a mini debate from the two of you. Okay? Now, because our time is running out already, now I'll just give you 2 minutes each to prove your side. Now, your topic for this afternoon is most people in this world do not live in their hometowns. One more, most people in this world do not live in their hometowns. Now, do you agree or disagree? Min, what's your side?
Well, I would say I completely disagree with that.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about you, Eugene? You're going to take the agree side, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now Min, your timer starts now.
Because I I say that not most people want to leave their hometown to work in another cities because the hometown play a really essential role in their life. Their family, their friends, and all of them make them happy and satisfied. When they live in another cities, they would face a lot of problems like like a strange place or anything related to finance, and maybe they will feel isolated, isolated and alone. That's why many people want to just work in a near company near their house, so that they can live with their parents, and maybe that also help them save a bit money for other priorities. And I think they can have they would also have their friends to have a chat after a hard working day, or just hanging out in free time. Yeah, all of that make their life, I think, more meaningful. That's all.
Thank you, Min. Now, what about you, Eugene? Can you present your side?
Okay, so I agree with Min that people love to live in their hometown, but not many people have that luxury, right? Right now, we have to move to a different city for studying. Just like you, Min, you have to go to Ho Chi Minh City for studying, and it's like that for most people. So usually people will not live in their hometown. It's because that we are living in like an ever-changing world. Is that, you have to adapt to your new environment to be able to survive, to be able to make a living. So let's say, like, for young doctors, if they live in the remote areas, they will not have a chance to practice their professions, right? Because in the remote area, there is hardly any facilities or infrastructures needed for the healthcare system. So if young doctors move back to their hometown right after they graduated, they will have hardly any chance to improve their skill that they need to practice their professional. So just an example like that, and you can see that not many people have a chance to stay in their hometown and can still make money or to develop their career. So I would say that the majority of people will have to move out their hometown someday to develop their career and to sustain the family.
Time. There. So thank you everyone, Min and Eugene, for a job well done and another productive day with me this afternoon. Now, Eugene, I just want to correct you there. Practice their profession. Okay? We don't say practice their professional, but practice their profession.
Their profession. Yeah.
There
Thank you.
Now, Eugene and Min, I am so happy to have the both of you in my class this afternoon. And I'll just give some pieces of advice. The best thing to do in a debate is to present facts and examples based on the current situations. So, Eugene, you did a great thing there on presenting examples like the doctors, and Min, of course, with the families. That's specific examples. Now, thank you very much for today, and
goodbye.